Once again, we're back at the studios at Connecticut School of Broadcasting. This is the Double Coverage Show. Mike and Sean with you. And our third segment, we're going to preview what's coming up in the NFL. We got some interesting games coming up. A really big game Sunday night, but we'll get to that one last, the Giants and the Eagles, because there's a lot to talk about there. We'll do the first game. We'll do a local game first. The Houston at the Jets. The Jets are 7-2, coming off of, like we talked about before, another what can you say, escape, on the road in Cleveland. Jets 7-2, tied with New England for first place. People are kind of not jumping on their bandwagon when talking, because this changes from week to week. Who's the best team in the AFC?
Yeah.
Who's the best team in the NFC? There's a flavor of the week in both conferences, it seems like. The Jets are not getting all of that just yet because of how they've been winning. Not the fact they've been winning, but how they've been winning. But They're coming up at home against a dangerous Houston team that can score.
Yeah, you're right. And this is going to be an interesting match for the Jets. This could be possibly a big opportunity for them to finally play a game where they should be able to beat a team by a couple touchdowns.
Play well at all facets of the game.
Facets of the game. Mark Sanchez.
Andre Johnson's healthy.
Mark Sanchez has thrown as many yards as my birthday year, 1991. 1,991 yards.
Right.
12 touchdowns this season.
Thanks for sharing that.
Schaub, 2,320. Schaub has always had a good passing year. Always throws up a chunk of yardage every year, quietly.
Well, until this year, he had no running game. Arian Foster,
who had a great 10 touchdowns.
Well, Arian Foster had just an unbelievable game against the Colts opening week, and since then he's been pretty much pedestrian.
The Jets really need to win this game. Even as good as the record is 7-2, they need to win this game.
They need to send a message.
Then it has to send a message and say, "Hey, look, we could beat a team. We could beat any team. And we'll start with this Houston Texans team. We could beat any team by a couple touchdowns and not have to worry about coming back and getting games given to us." In some points.
They need to show that their best football is ahead of them. Because the last 3 weeks, they have not played well.
Hey, the Jets were a good second-half team.
All right.
They were a good second-half team last year.
The games against Denver and Detroit and Cleveland, games that did not play well, pulled them out late, the Denver game late, and the other two games in overtime.
But again, the Denver and Detroit game were pretty much givens. The game against Cleveland, you did see them have a little fire, and they did earn
Played well.
They played well, and
but
they earned
didn't put them away.
They didn't put them away, but they earned the victory.
Are they going to bring in Jeff Reed? Because Jeff Reed just got cut by the Steelers.
No.
Are they going to bring it? No. Why not just bring him in?
I don't understand.
Put a little pressure on Folk. Although Folks had a good year until last week.
I don't understand what it is with NFL teams and short leashes on their kickers.
Because kickers are so hot and cold. Think of middle relief pitchers in baseball. Good year, bad year.
One kicker.
Kickers are just a strange lot. Kickers can have just a great year and all of a sudden go south.
Okay, fine. He had a bad year. Just stick with the guy.
Is there any position of football that's more streaky than kickers?
Do you know how many years the Patriots had Adam Vinatieri?
But that's a big exception. The Adam Vinatieris, the Sebastian Janikowskis of the world are really the exceptions. They're exceptions. You can come up with about 4 or 5. The rest of the kickers are journeymen.
Sure.
The Giants had Raul Allegri in the first Super Bowl. They had Matt Barr in their second Super Bowl. Back before you knew what football is all about.
Right.
Lawrence Tynes. Kickers bounce from team to team because it is a streaky position, and you hope to catch lightning in a bottle by grabbing out the guy just when he's going through one of those hot streaks.
Right.
How many kickers do you see all of a sudden lose it? Look at Katie over there at San Diego, right? Great kicker in the regular season, but what's he done in the playoffs?
He can't kick in the playoffs.
It is a strange position to get a handle on as far as who. That's why teams bring in guys to push the other guy.
Okay, then you know what? If you're thinking that way, then yeah, bring in Jeffrey.
Jeffrey was a great
Nick Folk.
Jeffrey was a terrific kicker for how long in Pittsburgh? A tough place to kick.
Yeah, and he had one
natural grass, cold weather.
3-4 bad field goal tries that he missed, and now the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to just throw over 10 years of him being in Pittsburgh out the window.
Yes, because you have to worry about winning now. You have to worry about winning now.
Okay, then who's their
And if this guy's spiraling downward.
And who are they bringing in now? Sean Sweesom?
Yep. Hey, all of a sudden the guy can get hot, hit a couple of big ones.
There's a reason why that kid was sitting on the unemployment line in the NFL